Page number 26. We had left out question number 6, 7, 8, 9, which even I had forgotten, you had forgotten, only Hirva remembered it. So, it's good that she remembered it. Now, listen everyone. Particularly I left out these 4 questions because these 4 are based on permutations. Listen, silence. And I did not do it at that time because we have done now the whole chapter, so you have seen all other questions are based on combinations, selection, or if not combination then sample space and events. We will make them like dice, coins, children's and numbers. But these 4 questions are based on permutations which we use when the question is on arrangement. Questions on selection we use combination. But if the question comes on arrangement, then we will use the formula of permutations. Just to make you recollect, like last year we used to do arrange the letters of the word Monday, Tuesday, M appears first, Y comes last, or certain alphabets come in odd places, even places. Then we used to do that photograph is to be taken, 2 girls should come together. So that demonstration also I had done in the last year. So all those questions where we have to make arrangement is called permutations. Okay. Now here the formula was NPR equals to n factorial upon n minus r factorial. But hardly it will be used. We had studied one note which will be more useful. That was NPN is equal to n factorial. So it's 4p4, 4 factorial. 6p6, 6 factorial. And if it's 6p2, then you have to apply the formula. 6 factorial upon 6 minus 2, 4 factorial. And you'll solve it. 6 into 5 into 4, 4 would get cancel 6 into 5, 13. That way. Is everyone of you clear with this? So, when will we use this permutations formula? When there is arrangement. For finding n also we will use permutation. For finding m also we will use permutation. And then we will apply the formula of probability m upon n. Like in other questions for n as well as for m we have been using the formula of combinations. Now when there is arrangement, then for n as well as m we will use the formula of permutations. Okay? So let all this. They are very simple questions, and basic purpose of taking it at the end is in exams you must be able to differentiate. So these are the only few odd questions where permutations formula is going to be used. Otherwise all other questions in the chapter are to be done by combinations. Anyone still writing it? Raise your hand. Now, question number 6 on page 26. Find the probability of getting R in the first place and M in the last place when all the letters of the word random are arranged in all possible ways. So see here, random is the word which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. So total number of outcomes in the sample space if you arrange random, all the letters in different places. We can say that 6 letters are to be arranged in 6 places. 6 letters can be arranged in 6 places in 6p, 6 ways. This note will be used. 6p6 means 6 factorial means 720 outcomes are possible. So we don't have to make the sample space, but if you make it, then sample space will be like random, random, RON, Mardon, Monda, so many outcomes. And this way, how many outcomes you have? 7. Did you understand it? So 6 letters to be arranged in 6 places. Any doubts with this? Let it out. Now the question is that we should get R in the first place and M in the last place. Has everyone written up till here? So let event A be the event. Let event A be the event that R comes in the first place and M comes in the last place. Okay, now understand how will we find M of A. This we had done in the last year also with the name of the days of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, we used to do T comes first, then T comes first, Y comes last, that way. So R, A, N, D, O, M, 6 letters are there. The condition is R should come first and M should come last. So how would we find M of event A is? If you remember last year I used to tell you if R comes first, then paste R with Fevicol over here so it will not move anywhere else. Place M with Fevicol over here so it will not move anywhere else. Means one letter to be arranged in one place, one P, one way, and remaining 4 letters to be arranged in 4 places, 4P, 4 ways. That is A and D, O. And O. 4 letters can be arranged in 4 places in 4P, 4 ways. And 1 letter M again in 1 place can be arranged in 1P, 1 place. Did you understand this? So 1 factorial, this note, NPN is N factorial. Actually this formula will never be used only. So NPN is N factorial, 1P1, 1 factorial, 4P4, 4 factorial, again 1P1, 1 factorial. So 4 factorial is 24. Did everyone understand this? So we had done this in the last year in statistics. Shall I proceed further? Now we just have to apply the formula of probability. So therefore PA is equal to MA upon N, 24 upon 720. 24 into 3 is 72, 1 by 30. Is everyone clear with this? Now question 7. So anyone not clear with question number 6? And can you differentiate it with other questions like here? Underline the word arranged. So whenever there is arrangement, we have to use permutations. Okay. Next question. Find the probability of getting vowels in the first, third and sixth place when all the letters of the word orange are, again underline the word arranged in all possible ways. Arrange means we have to use permutations. So write down orange. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you all clear with it? So Akanksha, what will be N? Yes, 6 letters in 6 places. So 6P6, 6 factorial, again 720 outcomes are there in the sample space. Now we'll define this event A, what is asked in the question. So let event A be the event that vowels come in first, third and sixth place. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First, third, sixth, and be attended. Which are the vowels in orange? O, A, E. Okay, A, E, I, O, U are the vowels. So O, A, E. Did you understand this? Now raise your hand. How will you find M of event A? So that vowels come in these three places: first, third, and fifth. Yes. Parik.
PP1 multiplied by 2P1 multiplied by 1P1 multiplied by 3P3.
Anyone else? Pooja. Shiva. 3P3 means how many times 3P3? Means 6 times. Renuka?
3P1 into 3P3 into 3P1 into 3P1.
No. Pooja's answer is correct. Dear reader, 3P3 into 3P3. Here, these three vowels we have to arrange in these three places. Three vowels in these three places can be arranged in 3P3 ways. Now you cannot do 3P1 into 3P1 into 3P1. Reason: three vowels in three places. It's not like you are pasting O at first place only. O can come in that third place also, and O can come in that last place also. So three letters are to be arranged in these three places. That can be done in 3P3 6 ways. Is everyone of you clear with this? And remaining three letters R, N, and G. Remaining three letters R, N, and G. This you'll try in these three places. So this can be done in again 3P3 ways. Did everyone understand it? So 3 factorial into 3 factorial, 6 into 6, 36 ways. Anyone who did not understand it? So P of A will be equal to M of A upon N. 36 by 720. 36 into 2 is 72, so 1 by 20. All are clear with this? Now, question 8. 5 members of a family, husband, wife, and 3 children. Okay, 5 members of a family, husband, wife, and 3 children are randomly, unlike the word arranged, in a row for a family photograph. Shubhadra, what will be N? Yes, 5 people are there, so 5 people in 5 places. 5P5, 5 factorial, 120. Are you all clear with this now? What is the question asked? Find the probability that husband and wife are seated next to each other. Let event A be the event that husband and wife are seated next to each other. So this is same as we did last year, that 2 girls come together. So if you want them to be together, then tie them with a string. Do you remember this? Means what we will do is this: husband and wife, not over. Husband and wife, you'll tie them with a string. Now remaining C1, C2, C3, silence. How many people to be arranged now? 4. Husband and wife become 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you tie them with a string, then M of A, we have to arrange 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people can be arranged in 4P4 ways. inside this string, husband and wife can again be arranged in 2p2 ways, 2 ways. Husband, wife, wife, husband. 2 more ways are possible within that. So 4 factorial into 2 factorial, 24 into 2, 48 outcomes are possible. Did you all understand this? Anyone who is not clear with it? Then again the formula PA equals to MA upon N. So 48 upon 120, 24 into 2, 24 into 5, 2 by 5. Understood this, everyone? And the last one now. 7 speakers A, B, C, D, E, F, G are invited in a program to deliver speech in random order. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 7 speakers. N will be equal to what? 7p7. 7 factorial 5040. Okay, 5040 are possible outcomes. Any doubts up till here? Raise your hand who is still writing up till here. Now, find the probability that underline speaker B delivers the speech immediately after speaker A. So we'll define it. Let event A be the event that B delivers the speech immediately after A. Let event A be the event that B delivers the speech immediately after A. So it should be this way. B delivers after A. So tie them again with a string. Okay. And then remaining C, D, E, F, G. Raise your hand. How can we find M of event A? Shiva?
Sir, the total number of different number is 5p5 into we can arrange in only one way, so 2p1.
No. Janvi? 6p, 6 into 1p1. Correct. Be random by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many people we have to arrange now? 6. That can be done in 6p, 6 ways. But there is one difference. In this it was given that husband and wife are seated next to each other. So if it is husband, wife, or if it is wife, husband, does it make any difference?
No.
So what did we do? But here it is given that B should give the speech after A. So A, B, B, A. Will it be allowed?
No.
This will not be allowed. It should be A, B only. Means this arrangement only one is possible. This arrangement only one is possible. 2p2 are not possible. That is A, B. Is everyone also clear with it? Means you can place A, B after C and before D. Then first C will give the speech, then A will give the speech, then B and then D. So B's speech comes after A. Wherever you place this, B's speech will come after A. But if you do 2p2, then A's speech may also come after B, which we don't want. So here 2p2 will not come. Instead of that, what will come? Only 1. That is 6 factorial. That is 720. So P A M A upon N 720 upon 5040 1 by 7. Okay, 720 into 7 is 5040. So did you understand these 4 questions, everyone? Any doubts with this? Now also I told you yesterday, basically I called the textbooks for the theory part. So there are 2 definitions I told you of statistics. Just be attentive, then we'll see from the textbook. One is mathematical definition, the other one is statistical definition. Okay? And for mathematical definition, we need to understand one term which is called equiprobable events. Just remind me, one more term is left out that we'll see from the textbook. We have seen up till difference events, but one term I left out for the end, so that also we'll see. Now, what is equiprobable events? If you do not have any reason to believe that one outcome is more favorable than the other, means for you all outcomes have equal chances of occurrence, equal probability of occurrence, then the outcomes are called equiprobable events. For example, you throw a dice. Which outcomes are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, can I say that 1 has more chances of occurring than 2? The chances of occurrence of 1 is same as 2 is same as 3 is same as 4 or 5 or 6. Means there is no reason to believe that 1 will occur with more chances or 4 or 5 will occur with more chances. All these 6 outcomes are called equiprobable events. Understood this? And what is mathematical definition of probability? This, m upon n. If there are n number of equiprobable outcomes which are mutually exclusive, single outcomes cannot occur together, and exhaustive also, union of all outcomes will become sample space. So if there are n number of equiprobable, mutually exclusive and exhaustive outcomes, then the number of outcomes in favor of event divided by total number of outcomes is called probability. So this definition, what we have been applying throughout the chapter, is nothing but mathematical, m upon n. And what is statistical definition? You perform the trials, experiments, and keep on repeating it very large number of times. And then you see how many times when you repeat the experiment, you get your respective outcome favorable. For example, you throw a dice. What is the probability of getting 4? 1 by 6. Now, what that is as per mathematical definition. Because number of favorable outcomes are 1 and total number of outcomes are 6. What you'll do in statistical definition, you'll throw the dice 100 times. You'll perform the trial. And then you'll see when you have thrown it 100 times, how many times 4 occurred. Suppose 15 times. Then you'll say probability is 15 upon 100, which is very close to 1 by 6. And the larger the number of times you throw or perform the trial, the more close you get your answer to 1 by 6. Means you throw 1000 times, then you get more close to 1 by 6. 1 lakh times, no other job, sit down. Then you get more closer to 1 by 6. So that is which definition? Means in statistical definition they say that you perform the trials, experiments and keep on repeating it large number of times. Did you understand this portion, everyone? So look at page number 16. 16. Page number 16, 16. Do you find at the top mathematical definition of probability? Now, seeing that equiprobable events, if there is no apparent reason to believe that out of one or more events of a random experiment, any one event is more or less likely to occur than the other events, then the events are called equiprobable events. And at the bottom you will find mathematical definition of probability. Suppose that there are n outcomes in the finite sample space of a random experiment, and those outcomes which are mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equiprobable. If m outcomes among them are favorable for an event A, then probability of event A is m upon n. The probability of event A is denoted by E. So this is a mathematical definition, m upon n. Understood that, everyone? And page number 49. Do you find statistical definition on page number 49? But definition is on page 50. Look at page 50. Now, you find that second paragraph, suppose onwards. Above that, give that a statistical definition. Suppose a random experiment is repeated n times under identical conditions. See the example I gave you. Suppose you throw the dice 100 times under identical conditions. If an event A occurs in m trials out of n trials, so 4 occurs in 15 trials out of 100 trials, then the relative frequency m upon n, 15 upon 100 of event A gives the estimate of probability of event A P. This is a statistical definition. Okay. When larger and larger value of n is taken, instead of 100, throw 1000 times, instead of 1000, 1 lakh. So larger and larger value of n is taken. Then when n tends to infinity, it goes near the infinity, larger number of times. The limiting value of m upon n is called the probability of event A. Did you understand the statistical definition, everyone? Now, as I said, one more last term is there. So, if you throw the dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the outcomes. If you divide 6 outcomes in 6 events, event A 1, event B 2, event C 3, D 4, E 5, F 6. Then these events are called elementary events. Such events have 3 characteristics. First, they have only one element. Second, they are mutually exclusive. What is intersection of A, B, C, D, E, F? Null set. Third, they are exhaustive. What is union of A, B, C, D, E, F? Sample space. So when you form the events of all the single elements of sample space or all the single subsets of sample space, then those events are called elementary events. So last one on page number 10, 11th term. Before that, 10th term, mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Until that, all the terms we have done in the class in the first lecture. 11th, elementary events. See, the events formed by all the subsets of single elements of sample space U of a random experiment are called the elementary events. The elementary events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Is everyone of you clear with it? You'll repeat this 6, 7, 8, 9 in homework, and also illustration 13 and 14. Illustration 13 and 14. Understood that, everyone? So it's over. Stop the camera. Now take out accounts notebooks.